Throw Gang, we are joined by Dart Cassidy, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself, the Sunset Jit.
Sundance
The
Jit.
Sundance Jit.
You idiot. You want to run it back?
No. Keep it going.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Welcome to the weekly running of the boys with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Lawrence, how's your first week back in the greatest city on face of God's green earth?
I feel pretty good. I had a nice little 2-beer lunch with my friend Dave Infante, who's in town. Do you know Dave?
Yeah.
He used to write for Four Pins.
Did he drink a heady IPA?
No, we both had Carlsberg, but he said, say what up to James for me. He goes, ask James if he remembers the time he interviewed me for a complex style job.
I do, yeah. He did not get it.
He did not get it. Who got that job?
I think Greg Babcock.
Really?
Yeah.
Dave said that the interview was notable for him for two reasons. One was that
he was in my presence.
He no, he failed to mention that, but you know what? It was implied. One is he's like, I purposely dropped MF Doom because I knew from social media he was a fan, so he tried to pander to you. And then he said the second thing he remembers is that his strategy was like, I could do the job. I don't really want the job.
Yeah, I think that's maybe what turned me off.
And he did it, and then he didn't get the job.
I couldn't stop looking at it. And Dave, I love you. Subscribe to his Substack on
it rocks.
On
Fingers.
The hard beverage industries.
I would say he is like, in terms of like real reportage, he is like the name in investigative journalism in the beer and hard seltzer vertical.
I really just want him to only report on the Bang Energy CEO. That guy fucking rules.
I mean, that guy, and we should get him on the podcast.
Absolutely. Wow.
Anyone know what's his name? Anyone know the Bang Energy CEO?
His name's Mr. Bang. His name's Bang Bang. Bang Bang.
Yeah, no, happy to be back in New York, baby.
Real quick, I couldn't stop. This is like 2014, right?
Okay.
And he had a mustache that was definitely ahead of its time.
Who,
was
Dave?
A bit like
Bang Bang.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave still has a mustache.
But this was like now it's totally like now like mustaches are like
Chuck has a mustache,
thing, right?
Yeah.
This was like I couldn't stop staring at his mustache, which is like I'm a terrible job interviewer. Another time I was interviewing this person, and I can't say her name because she's actually made a name for herself by calling out the bad behavior of the bad boys at a certain media publication.
I know you're talking about. I don't know her
Williamsburg.
name, but I know who you're talking about.
Where I was interviewing her at like a coffee shop or bar, and I couldn't pay attention to a single thing she was saying because she had like a dirty hipster thing going on.
Because she's a woman.
Yeah, she had a dirty hipster thing going on with like, all the small tattoos, like big top or small top, big pants. But there's a bug crawling around her hair.
Damn, now I don't think I know who you're talking about.
The whole fucking time.
You should have said something.
I don't know what to say.
There's a bug crawling around in your hair.
Also, she was like definitely less interviewing for the job and more trying to escape a nightmare situation, which I should have helped her escape what turned into a fucking
that's what Dave was doing too with Thrillist. He's like, I just need a lesser of evils thing here.
Exactly.
Shout out fucking everyone working in media.
I know.
You're a moron.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Get out.
Well, you still can. Anyway, yeah, happy to be back in New York. Yo, you know what I hate? How is it? Explain this to me, bro. How is there more kids now with school getting out than when it's the summer and there's no school at all? Potting right now and coming to see you at this time in the afternoon is the worst. I had to wait online at Freddy's. I never wait online at Freddy's to get your fucking Diet Coke, to get your Modelo.
They're not getting the order right. This shit is terrible.
They didn't have, first of all, as is well established on the show, you are the only person that drinks, let alone prefers Diet Pepsi.
Beyonce, Michael Jackson.
They're paid to
Chris
be.
Brown.
First of all, Michael Jackson is dead. First of all, Pepsi lit him on fire.
Yeah. They were doing their job.
Lit his ass up. What do you say this is?
Swill. Tasteless swill. It tastes like drain water.
In LA, when you had to get a Diet Coke. It was absolutely bothersome. You were like, I thought I had COVID because I couldn't taste the Diet Coke.
Yeah, there's no taste. Why don't you get
Tastes like Diet Coke.
Why don't you go to another place?
We were just running it's always, I'm not going to go out of my way.
If they didn't have your brand
I know
of
the
cigs,
pecking order.
If they didn't have your brand of cigs, I would go to another place.
No, I'm too lazy, dude.
I would go to another place.
Oh, you, okay.
What's your backup cigarette?
I don't know.
MLs.
No, I probably do like fucking, I don't know, Parliament Lights or something.
ML Doom.
Anyway,
right,
I'm just annoyed with all the kids. The traveling is terrible on the train, waiting in line at the fucking gentrified bodega.
Bro, this morning, the Brooklyn Tech gym class surrounded me and my guy Anoop after we were done with our personal trainer session. Shout out Ricky Bryan.
They're just roasting you on TikTok?
No, they were just it was all nerds because it's Brooklyn Tech. So
yeah,
it was just weird being surrounded by kids just like
versus the Chads and jocks that go to fucking Sty.
no, Stuy's even worse.
That's where you went.
Brooklyn Tech could like beat up Stuy kids. Yeah.
How many?
Absolutely.
You played like what is it? Like 8-on-8 football?
No, we played a what? No, it was real football.
Well, I mean, you led the league in reception, so I figured it must have been a Special Olympics type situation.
Well, the thing is that we were part of the
Wait, led the league in receptions or team in receptions?
Yards per reception and yards per kickoff return and kickoff TDs and TD receptions.
Okay. TD receptions.
Yeah.
These stats are changing over time, dog.
No.
Okay. All right.
Also, it was JV. It wasn't like real shit.
Oh, it was JV?
Yeah.
Why are we even talking about junior varsity?
I got called up to varsity and I said, no, I don't want to do this. I want to hang with my friends. And then a few weeks later, I quit because I wanted to just like smoke weed and bang my girlfriend in the 10th floor bathroom.
The worst Disney movie of all time.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into ruining people's dinners, the most Hollywood day of our lives, and reviewing the cinematic zeitgeist, let's get into a fit check.
Why don't you start off, bro?
All right.
Since you're wearing nothing at all.
Real easy.
And you always lead off. And I always age before beauty.
Have I left the house today?
Wait, age before beauty means, older person goes first.
Yeah.
Age before beauty.
Sure. Pod shorts, Hanes boxers, Our Legacy Workshop tee. Done. New York adorned earring, no rings.
New York adorned. You said it weird. Yeah, you talk weird. I wore Our Legacy Cuban boots to the crib. I have on Jacob Petzer socks. I'm wearing vintage Carhartt double knees, a moleskin pearl snap from Life. I'm pushing the season a bit. Do you have season pushing tendencies?
No, I have seasonal lingering tendencies where I'm still, even though it's like 70 whatever.
You're living in the past.
If it's like 60 degrees out, I'm still out in like a t-shirt.
You still remember the junior varsity glory days, dude.
Exactly.
You're living in the past. Wait, so you're under, well, I guess you wouldn't be underdressing today because it's like 75.
Yeah, what are you trying to talk about Johns or something? Like,
yeah, bro. I realized that I'm pushing the season a bit. It's not necessarily moleskin weather, but I'm asking you a question, bro.
Do I push seasons? Not really. No.
Okay.
I underdress. Like, I'll like be.
Because you run hot.
I run like a fucking nuclear submarine. I forget how to dress for like 55, and then I'll go out in like a light flannel, and I'm just like fucking cold, right? Or I'll go out in like it's like, oh, it's 62 t-shirt weather, and then be fucking freezing.
I thought you were like low key overdressing in LA. I guess you had a shirt like your shirt that you would take on and take off.
Well, because it was always fluctuated between like 40 and 80.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm also wearing a Big Bean chorizo burrito, Ticonderoga hat, rolling on the wrist, still married, and we are drinking Models with the fellas. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to bring up. I purposely wanted to get Japanese beer because I wanted to have you contradict yourself in real time because we'll talk about this dinner we went to, but I mispronounced a Japanese beer. You corrected me.
Yeah.
And yet the other times when I'm absolutely respectful and say the beer in its native tongue, you also call me out.
Well, you overpronounce
Sapporo.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not it.
Kirin Ichiban.
It's Orion.
Orion.
Yeah. You don't say it like that though. You said Orion, like you're fucking flying budget in Europe, bro. Yo, let me get an Orion Air.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yo, let me get the other.
Well, so how should I?
This was bad.
Okay.
Let me get a Karaage.
Okay, that was I pronounced Karaage wrong. That's on me.
Even Jonah Weiner had
Hand
to be like,
up, that's on me.
No,
no,
not Karaage.
That was bad.
Well, why is there two A's?
So either I'm being disrespectful, ugly American, or I'm trying to do right by your people and their rich history, and yet here I am. I'm a fucking bastard either way. I can't win with you.
Sorry that you have it hard for the first time in your life as a cis-het straight white male.
It's hard out here, dude. Cancel culture.
No, you could say Asahi Sapporo, and then you said Orion, and I was like, no, it's Orion.
So I would say Orion.
Yeah, like the Baltimore Orioles, right? That's how you'd say it. But I would say Orion.
Okay, right. And you're saying that you're allowed to do that.
I'm
not.
It's the correct way. It is the way.
But if I said it, though, it's a problem.
You're just a fucking banana fever, fucking
banana fever.
What is it? I
think it's yellow fever.
Yellow fever. Have an ass fucking.
Yeah, there's your title, banana fever, dude.
I'm a banana. That's what it is.
Anyway, I told you I had a lot of things I wanted to talk to you about.
I know.
That was basically all of them.
You can tell me these things like during the week. You don't have to pent them up and let them
I wouldn't say
out every Thursday afternoon.
I wouldn't say they're being pent up. I'm just like literally thinking about them. I'm analyzing them and I'm tucking them away, and then we have content.
Sure.
Anyway, complete fit check.
Content is you
complete
like,
drink
yo,
check.
Man, like, why are you dissing me? I'm like, no, I wasn't.
Why are these homies dissing my girl? I didn't say you were dissing me. I just wanted to.
You've been dissed. You get it.
You've been served.
Yo, mama's so fat she sits around the house.
Wow. Bars.
All right.
Got her ass.
Showed a champion. She gave the whole crew neck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
That was a good one. I like
can't
that
believe
one.
you were like, yo, should this be our Instagram caption for our Justin Chung photo shoot? No.
Well, you've been workshopping that tweet or that bar for at least
I
10
told
days.
you what it was, and then you're like, that's fire. And I was like, I know, draft.
You know, I'm here for punch-ups. I'm available for punch-ups. You can find me on the internet.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's the preview. I don't know where we're at because we started late. We're back from LA. Let's talk about, I mean, obviously the LA episodes are going to roll out, and the majority of the LA trip we already discussed on last week's Boys Only, but we kind of saved the most Hollywood day for last.
Yeah.
Hollywood, when you, like, not Hollywood, like Hollywood.
Hollywood, you know,
what I
like
mean?
real starlet shit.
So Friday, we woke up, we had a noon pod, which I was like, bro, you know, I get a little hangry. We're going to have to go
We had
get a little
separate plans.
breakfast
We
burrito.
had separate plans Thursday night.
Right. Got in at like midnight or so.
Yeah,
11:30.
around there. Yeah, nothing crazy. Light work.
Light work.
Yeah.
And dealing with the fallout of
Oh,
whatever. And
Cock block gate.
not even that. Water under the bridge.
Yeah, totally, bro.
We mentioned this on last week's pod. No, it is. I'll tell you about that later. We mentioned this on last week's pod, but we have an episode with Benny Blanco.
Yeah.
And he was locked in for Friday. It wasn't like saving the best for last. It was just like that was what his schedule allowed. And they're like, yo, come to his crib.
I love that.
And I'm not going to lie. I looked up at his crib. I looked up his crib beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
And I sent it to you. I'm like, yo, this crib is
I sent that to like everybody.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then when we got in there, I recognized it from a lot of scenes in Eat Out America. They
Yes,
clearly
yes.
Film a lot of it
In his kitchen. Yeah, yeah.
incredible kitchen,
Yeah, it was
incredible
sick.
pool area, his fucking custom Blanco outdoor pizza oven.
Yeah, we had definitely been doing like L.A. Brooklyn style up until that point, you know, kind of bumming around Silver Lake. Obviously, like, you know, we did one pod, I believe, on Fairfax, right? No, La Brea. I mean, what might as well be that kind of area. And then,
Not really.
well,
Oh, sorry, Fairfax.
yeah. And then, let's see, Maddie came to us, and we were at the crib a lot. We talked about that, you know, for Napchella, as the bag man called it.
We spent the most time in our bedrooms, third most at Mohawk General Store, and second most at gas stations.
Yeah, and then
liquor stores.
And then somewhere in the top
Buying
five, too.
Diet Cokes and cigarettes.
And then in the Ford Edge, dude. Just edging our way around the city. But anyway, so like Benny lived, we're not going to tell his address or anything. If you want the Zillow fucking
$30 tier. Get at me.
$30 tier. Anyway, it was like in the hills, and it's exactly like what you want it to be. Like, he's a rich guy, but he's tasteful, and it's like
the taste was actually very surprising. Like, I knew that he wasn't like a gauche. No. I knew he wasn't like a gauche like monster.
Sure.
But a lot of these rich guys, they just like move into like a
turnkey,
a prefabricated turnkey. They're just like, oh, like here's like the newest appliances. Here's like the newest like Bluetooth shit. His shit was like dialed in.
Yeah, it was clearly his house.
Desires. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. We potted in his pool house, which I guess we were like, is this a screening room? Is this like a little sex dungeon type situation? But it is just where he plays video games, I think, is what he kind of made it. I mean, sure, they watch movies in there, but it's definitely like a gamer room, I would say.
It is draped entirely, and you saw this on my IG, entirely in red velvet.
Yeah, all. Let's see. Well, not the ceiling.
Right.
Everything but the ceiling.
The walls, red velvet.
The rarest snack lineup. What were some you didn't get? Did you snag anything?
I had a few like Reese's Pieces.
Was there something special about them, like Rick Owens Reese's Pieces?
You know, like in the candy shop when you have like you like turn the dial and it just like free flows into a bag.
It's the big joint.
I reached into that and grabbed some.
That's
and
disgusting.
Those were regular.
Okay. Oh, the rare shits were
rare
just
shit were like bagged up.
The exotics.
Yes, if you want to call it the Sapporo of snacks.
I should have
bagged up in a nice lineup, and it was like cucumber, ginger, potato chips, like crazy Japanese Kit Kats.
We should have asked. I bet you he would have given us a sampler for sure.
Absolutely.
Fuck. God damn it.
I mean, he was just very generous, very kind, very nice.
Anyway, that pod is
foreskins a lot.
That pod is out of control. I guess we're gonna do Matt. I guess we decided we're gonna do Maddie, Benny, John.
Buscemi. Benny was like,
well, so people thought that Maddie, because Maddie's personality is gigantic, and obviously you can listen to him on Powerful Truth Angels and shit, and you know the fucking vibes, and he's been on a ton of pods. I think people were like, that's gonna be the psycho out of pocket one. And while it was an absolute instant classic, he definitely is in like this Zen state. Maybe it's him being in LA. Maybe it's just like
the fact that he woke up 10 minutes before
or took a nap. He took a power nap in the car out front. But anyway, he's like in this beautiful Zen state where like, yes, that pod is turbo, but it's kind of like it was wholesome. Well, I wouldn't say wholesome, but different in a way that maybe you expect. The Benny pod, on the other hand, it was literally an hour and a half of meats and cheeks. It's out of control.
It was also more freewheeling, and he was like, to his credit, he was like genuinely asking us questions.
Very invasive line of questioning.
Invasive, but also I think that we became. He felt very comfortable where he was like asking
the
about
hunters
like,
became
how
the
often,
hunted.
How often you eat out your wife?
Yeah, just normal
for
shit.
For example.
Yeah.
And you played ball.
Well, of course, my thing is,
were you truthful? Were you truthful the whole way?
I've never told a lie in my entire life. That's a lie. No, the way that I look at podcasting, right, especially the way that you and I pod, right, our style of podcasting, it's got to be a two-way street with the guest. If the guest is not down to clown, there's not going to be that good of a time. Or for us, it's always good because we're amazing. We're the only podcast that matters. But when you have a guest that is giving it as well as they can take it, you have to. I would expect nothing less. Yeah. Well, it's not even about backing down. It's about, to me, it's about being respectful. It's like if this person wants to take it there, you got to go there.
You have to operate on the same plane, right? So if he keeps leveling up, then you're like,
let's go.
Level up and
boss
see where this
level.
takes us. We were only initially given 45 minutes with him. We ended up plotting for an hour and a half with the afters.
Yeah. Great afters, too. Oh. Maybe the most like meandering afters where it almost became like a second podcast.
Yeah.
Like it literally is just another show.
I think so. and then he looked at his phone. He's like, "Oh fuck,
I'm late.
10 minutes late for this meeting. That's like 30 minutes away."
Yeah. His house is beautiful. Amazing pool house / game room, whatever.
Shout out Becky Bubbles for hooking it up. We sent her some wine.
Oh, you did? Nice.
We did.
Hell yeah. That was a beautiful gesture. And then the pizza oven. It's like, bro, this is like the custom pizza oven. That's the main attraction. That's everything.
And he said something that I think that is a value or like something that I have that I hold near and dear to my existence, which I was talking about with my friends on Wednesday at the after party. Is he's kind of like, yo, I still have a lot of friends, Normal Dave, Hitler Dave, like that aren't
Normal Dave and Hitler, yeah.
Hitler, his name's Hitler, that aren't in the industry and they're just like my friends, and so that we've been friends forever. I mean, he's like BFFs with Alex from Shies, right?
Yeah, what's
non-stars, and so he's like, I'm able to fucking. Yes, I can like name drop Kanye and name drop Leo and these like hilarious stories that he told us. Was that in the afters?
Those are all on the pod, I believe.
But that's in the afters or the pod?
Oh, I think they're on. I don't remember. It's all.
They're
blur.
both incredible.
Yeah.
And related. And then he's like, yeah, I can like do that, but then I can come back here and like my friend Hitler is gonna say that I have a fucking ugly ass like dick face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And I value that with my friends. Where when I was like, when something happened at our after party, I was like, hey, none of that is real. Like me and like hanging out with my friends, and like you, like that's real.
Sure.
Like all this other bullshit, like that's not real.
But the best friends behind the paywall are real.
The best friends behind the paywall, and that's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's why I'll be fucking at like some whatever, but like actually on the Discord, being like, yo, what up, mods?
If you see us tonight at the How Long Gone activation wine tasting, no, you didn't. Okay, no, you didn't. But say what up.
We didn't want to be there, but we have to be there.
Yeah. I think the Benny pod was okay. Can I be real? I think it was my favorite pod we did when we were out there.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like, and they're all medal winners, right? We're literally talking about a gold, silver, and bronze because that's the fucking heat that we brought. If we were gonna like make this a Patreon goal and it was become like a package of pods and a big deal, we were gonna fucking do it right. I think that Benny, it's the most like Zach.
It's very wild.
Everyone loves Zach's Fox pod because everyone wants Zach, and Zach is the homie, and he is gonna perform and like do it at a high level and jive with us. And it was very good, and that's people are saying that's like a top 5. Benny's out of control. I can't wait for people to hear it.
For me and you, it was awesome. I could see some people being like, "This is too much like sucking and fucking."
Oh, maybe
it's totally fine. But we're talking like dick cheese on your bagel and
it's gross.
Tying off your foreskin as a condom and like your cunnilingus habits. My cunnilingus habits.
It's just good advice, man.
Yeah, he rules. And we were like, we walked out of there, or we drove out of there. I drove out of there, and we're like, yo, why can't we be friends with this guy?
Yeah. And well, that's what you hope, right?
While LA sucks, I think the ideal scenario is what he has going on, where he's not famous enough, where he's like mobbed, right? He's too ugly.
He says what did he say? He's like, I walk everywhere. I like walk
he's
everywhere.
Famous enough where he can go to like whatever party he wants to.
Yeah.
And he's rich enough where he can just like his compound is just where people go to.
Yeah, he's created his own universe.
Like you don't have to leave if you don't want to. You can just have like a very nice time like with your friends and family there.
Sure.
And you don't have to fucking travel around and fucking drive 20 minutes or 30 minutes to get like a pack of cigs or a Diet Coke.
Yeah. Shout out fucking Benny. Thank you again. I know you're not listening, but just manifesting the fucking good vibes.
Stories. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And wearing the shorts and wearing the fucking shorts.
Wearing the shorts. His legs look crazy.
Yeah.
His legs look like Olive Garden breadsticks, bro.
Yeah, and then because you have Maddie who sent us a pic. I don't know if he was wearing his own shorts that we gave him or or Benny's pair, but he was just fucking. He was busting out the fuck. He was jumping out the gym in those.
He looked like a bologna loaf.
Exactly.
Just wrapped up.
And then Benny I think has a medium, and it's like, yo, these are like falling off your ass. They're gigantic. So it's the best of both worlds.
But that was cool to see, like hang out with some rich guys, whatever.
And the night only got, I feel like, more Hollywood.
Well,
or that day, because we left Benny in the afternoon, late afternoon.
What did we do? Oh, we went back to El Russo Tacos.
Oh, for
fucking
sure.
Snarfed up. That was fire.
Got to be El Russo was, I like Parks Barbecue a lot. We said that, but dude, if you're in LA, you got to go to El Russo.
El Russo,
Holy
like
shit.
that, yeah.
In Silver Lake, in a car wash.
Sunset.
Fire.
Yeah. And then we went to the tattoo shop.
Yes, that's right.
Where I got a little cover up.
Have you talked about your one bad tattoo? Well, you could argue that all your tattoos are bad. Not to be a dickhead,
All
but
tattoos are bad.
But tattoos, that's a beauty's in the eye of the fucking beholder type shit. But you had one tattoo that you regretted.
I didn't regret it. It's just I wanted redone. Like I really liked how it came about. And how it came about was I was out with some friends, 2 friends, and we're like, yo, let's get a friend's tattoo, which is like everyone gets the same tattoo, right? We're out like having a few drinks Sunday fun day, and we're like, let's go here. What's a good friend's tattoo? Yo, let's get the word friend.
Because you guys love V-Lone. Obviously.
And yes, exactly. And it was just like one of them, it was his very first tattoo. So I was like, all right, you go first. We went to Eight of Swords here on Grand Street, like down the street from where
no appointment necessary.
Yeah, just walk in on a Sunday, and it was just like cool, like hipstery tattoo artist female that had good tattoos, and she was like, oh yeah, say less. Gave my friend something like right here, like across his bicep. Gave another friend like
literally the word friends.
Yeah, gave like an Art Deco-y font, like like Batman, the
animated series, of course,
like that type of font on the inside of his bicep. Both look great. I was like, all right, cool, my turn. And she's like, oh, sorry, like my time's up. I'm off the clock.
See you.
And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, don't worry, Mary's got you. And I hear this fucking like clomping. It's like Jurassic Park with like the water.
Yeah. Life finds a way.
What the fuck? And the door flies open. It's this like pirate tattoo artist lady.
What you heard clomping was a peg leg?
It was a peg leg. She had an eye patch. She had a parrot on her shoulder. She had a hook.
Hopping out the Rover, parrot on my shoulder.
Yeah, she was fucking Smee from, Hook. She literally looked like Smee.
She did not have a parrot on her shoulder.
No, of course
not. Did she have an eye patch?
I think she had like a lazy eye. Or like
but she had a peg leg.
I think she had a dead eye. She didn't have a peg leg.
Oh, I thought there was one element of truth here.
No, I think she had like a big limp. So
Arrgh!
All right.
That's my pirate impression. Anyway, so the pirate comes in.
She's like, who's up? And I'm just like, yo, it's like a 60-something-year-old biker chick with like terrible tattoos.
Sure.
Like more old school, traditional, like not the shit I want. And she and I go back and forth. She's like writing it. I'm like, like not like that, like something like this. And she's writing it out. And I'm just like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's just do that. She does it like on my leg down here. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I can't even see it. Like, let's get out of here. A few weeks later, I think I was either wearing shorts or like hooking up with someone.
Did you not notice? But I won't like. I guess there's kind of a reveal. Did you not notice that something was off about it or amiss?
I was like, whatever. Like, it just looks like a handwritten, scrawled out, like,
right.
Friends. This girl was like, yo, why do you have the Friends TV show logo tattooed on your thigh? Was this like
mid hookup or something?
I think it was like, I don't know if it was like, I don't remember. If it was like someone I was seeing or what, but I was like, holy fuck. I couldn't unsee that.
Right, once you see it, you can't unsee it, yeah.
And all that was missing was like the dots between the letters.
Right.
But I was like, holy fucking shit, this is terrible.
And how many years ago was that when you realized this is like it's been like years?
I think we got it 4 years ago. Funny like sidebar is that one of the friend that got the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name. The friend that got his first ever tattoo. He ended up getting a few more, but he was traveling abroad. Met up with a hetero couple, a man and a woman. Mm-hmm. They had a threesome.
Nice.
He is hitting it from the back on the woman.
Hell yeah.
And looks down, and she has a tramp stamp of the actual Friends TV show logo.
Damn.
And he's like, yo! And she's like, oh! And apparently she's Israeli. The Friends TV show helped her learn English. And so it's very important to her, and so that's why
if it wasn't for Friends, they wouldn't have had the threesome necessarily because she wouldn't be able to sell it.
They were already fucking.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she wouldn't have known English to like, they wouldn't be able to text over Tinder or
they had an open type relationship where he was fucking her, but she was already in a relationship, and then they're like, let's just
It was MMF. He met up with her for the very first time.
Oh, got
the
it.
Guy
right. I assumed MMF.
The boyfriend busted, and then I guess in that scenario, he just like left.
What?
I've always wondered like what happens when
It's a bus leave. But it was his crib, right?
It's a gas station. It's a come and go. No, they were traveling, so like they were at the hotel and he like went to like the other room to like smoke a cigarette outside or something.
Yeah, I mean whatever.
That's always been like perplexing.
He was like, I'm a rat. It's a wrap for me. I'm out of here.
That's always been. Is that like the standard move?
I have no idea. I don't have threesomes.
No.
Not
I've
typically.
been curious. I'm Benny Blanco in your ass right now.
Oh yeah, right. Benny was trying to suck. He was into you, bro.
Yeah, we're dating.
Oh, you
watch
guys?
your stories now?
Oh, you guys are. It's official.
I don't want to. We're behind the paywall. I'm putting it out there. I'm manifesting. Yo, imagine if Benny Blanco fucking impregnated me, and I was just like wifed up
with what, a butt baby,
and I was just wifed up and living it like a fucking
kempt man,
West Hollywood housewife. Oh, I just gave away real list. Whatever. It's a huge neighborhood.
I think you'll be okay. Okay, so anyway, so you have the Terrible Friends tattoo. Some chick makes you aware of it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it's just been that way. It's been a bee in your bonnet for 4 years.
Not 4 years. I mean, and again, like I'm not thinking about it every day.
I will say, as someone who has seen it, had seen it, now it's gone a million times. Very much one for one. The Friends logo minus the dots. Like it's not an exaggeration.
I'm really wondering if the pirate lady like had it incepted in her mind because she didn't have the Friends logo like
Sure.
in front of her and like sketched it out. She
Right.
just like wrote it out.
I mean, it is one of the most popular shows ever. The logo is fairly ubiquitous, I would say. It's possible.
Anyway, shout out Goosack at Strangelove. What's funny is that this one that he tattooed right next to it, his girlfriend did this. And this is my second ever one, but my first like big one.
Do you want to tell people where the inspiration is from for the big palm tree?
No, I don't. Okay. See? You're learning.
I asked. You'd
Exactly.
rather ask than just
Consent.
expose.
Consent.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I will say that because obviously I'm taking stories. My boy's getting fucking yadded up. It's cool, whatever.
That shop was sick.
100%. Goosack is sick. A bunch of people were like, "Oh, you guys are at what is it called?
Strangelove.
They're like, boom, Strangelove. They're like, "Yo, good Jimmy, good taste." And I was like, "Well, I mean, he was going for the artist, but yeah, I guess so."
No,
I know
I
shit about
mean-
tattoos, but people were like very impressed. I think
About
by
the shop or about him? I think
No,
'cause
they didn't-
I got compliments on him.
people were asking me like, and people do this all the time, where they ask me a question about you just because you're on my story, and I get that, and I'm like,
Hey.
ask James, but no, it was a tattoo shop. People didn't ID the goose sack.
Well, you didn't tag him. I tagged him.
Oh,
When I tagged him.
I didn't know who it was. I didn't know
Goosack
who it
rules.
was. Yeah.
And he's like he's a crazy Russian accent.
Oh,
so
I can't understand a single word he's saying.
Plus with the mask, he's
Yeah,
like
fuck.
where are 4 or 5 days? I'm like, what?
Was he Bane?
Yeah. Yo, I kind of felt like I was getting fucking.
Why would you chat a man before throwing him out of a
I
plane?
should have gotten stars on the knees.
Yo,
And then I did. Yo, I was debating it. So he
Are you gonna show the people your cover up?
no. It's corny to like be like, yo, look at my tattoo.
Bro, you always show. That's your favorite thing to do. Oh, by the way, new chairs. If you're a $10 patron, look at James. James got new chairs.
Temporary. These are from Target.
Better than the other situation.
Well, yeah, they haven't broken yet.
Not yet.
But it was $100 for 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was
Okay.
it?
So you got the cover up.
He was like, yo, do you want me to fix up this one, the palm tree? And I was
The
like,
one that his girl did.
that his girl did. And I was like, no, I actually like that it's a little like not perfect because his shit is very,
More precise.
very like precise and very like dialed in, and his girl shit is more kind of like freehand. I
Gotcha.
was like, no, I like it like that.
She did a stencil though, right? Like she didn't just fucking
Yeah,
wing it.
but she like drew it out and then like stenciled. Yeah,
Got it,
that's
got
how
it,
it works.
got it.
Stencil on the skin, and then they just trace it.
No, I'm aware. I'm just
But
I'm just playing along.
I was about to be like, yo, can you do friends? Do you do any text? Can you do friends on me?
Got it.
But
because you still want that.
yeah, I'm gonna get it. But I felt bad because you had been sitting there for an hour very patiently.
I
like,
thought it went by mad fast.
really.
I wasn't like blown away because we also like got there early and you got to fill out your waiver and blah 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 blah. I was surprised at how fast it went, and it's not that and I know it's not like some huge thing. Like I don't know. What do you say? It's a medium sized tattoo, small.
It's like
Child size, medium.
3 to 4 inches high, 2 inches wide.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's like just basically filling in, right? It's just black. And he's like filling in shapes. But no, my point is that it didn't take long.
Like Merriam-Webster defines tattoo as
Yo, whatever, dude. We're only at 30 minutes.
Yo, he was ink.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I didn't think it took long is what I'm trying to say.
Did it make you want to scratch an itch at all?
Oh, 1,000%, bro. I mean,
and do you ever foresee, because you and I have a homie that is a very in-demand tattoo artist that I'm going to go see in like a few weeks.
shout out Lou.
Shout out Lou. Shout out Mr. Blue.
The best in the business.
He typically only does like small shit.
Yeah.
And not very unique because unique is binary. You're either unique or not. It's a unique style. It's folk tattoos or folk nativist. I don't know.
Nativist.
not native. Sorry, native tattoos, where it's like a little janky.
What do you,
but
Bill the
still,
Butcher, dude? Fucking nativist over here.
He's goddamn Irish.
Yeah. No, what I will say, and yeah, obviously Lou's work is amazing, and I mean more people follow him on Instagram than all of us combined, so I'm sure everyone knows who we're talking about. If not, look him up. Jenna, who has a
How
bunch
many
of.
does she have?
I don't know.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, a bunch. They're all like small, whatever. But
Small.
she is very much encouraging me to do it. So normally my wife would be like the last line of defense before doing something drastic. I'm not saying like getting a tattoo is equivalent to getting your ear pierced at 34 or whatever, or getting your first tattoo. If anything, it's probably more extreme. But I like that, and I'm drawn to that because I'm a psychopath. But she's encouraging it, so I would say it's definitely going to happen. And I've already thought about where, but I don't know what.
Where?
Definitely above fucking knees, dude.
Oh, you were like, yeah, one on each.
Yeah,
thigh.
but I don't, and I was talking to
Fucking
Jen.
Russian capo style.
Yeah, a little
Eastern
bit.
promises.
Yeah, but I don't know. And is that an
Western shirt promises.
Yeah. And is that even like already corny being 34 and getting your first tattoo? Is it even cornier to be like, yo, on the like right there on the above the knees? I don't know. I'm not here. That was a rhetorical question.
To your first question, I would say don't get hung up on that, like because you can argue yourself out of anything thinking like that. And to your second question above the knees, maybe I don't know. Is it gonna be like like heaven and hell or like
maybe
yin and yang, the dual like are they
Jimmy
gonna be
Larry,
Chuck and Chef?
Yeah.
Who'll be back next week?
Oh yeah. Core 4 coming back. Were we going to talk about that?
Yeah, well, let's save it for the end.
So anyway, to your point, to wrap this up, I think I will do it because like there's nobody stopping me. If anything, I'm only being like, I'm not saying it's like devil versus angel on the shoulder. You and Jenna playing the roles of the devil in that scenario, but I think it's going to happen.
If you want to come with me on November, it's a Thursday. I'm not saying to get it, but I'm saying if you want to come and like meet Lou, and he's because he's friends with.
Well, I know Lou. I don't need to meet.
But
Lou.
he's like, come drink beers and let's like hang out and get fucked up and like tattoo.
Oh, I would love to go.
So
when is it?
through.
Next Thursday? I'm gonna be out of town.
November 11th.
Oh, I'll be in town.
Yep.
Okay, sick.
Right before our Italy trip.
Yeah, Jenna is definitely being like, oh, the next time I go, she's actually going to get something touched up on her finger, and she's like, oh, you should come and get your first. So I don't know if that's my thing. Is I won't do it until I know. So until heaven and hell are locked in. 100%. I have it's percolating, but we're not ready to pull the trigger.
Last thing is just like
my parents are gonna be so pissed.
Yeah,
which is again why I want to do it too.
Shout out Doug and Mindy, you little
Bill,
bad boy.
Bill and Mindy. Doug is my brother.
You're right.
Damn. Well,
Lawrence's brother on Instagram.
Well, who's a good friend?
All right. What's the name of my brother?
Ian.
Oh, damn.
What the fuck? Though I will say I do not know your parents' names.
Right. Well, I'm not.
What's my middle name?
Andrew. I'm not going to tell you what's my middle name.
Katsuya.
You said it like a racist.
My man, all fried everything.
From the tattoo shop.
From the boardroom to the bar.
Fucking wrapped up. I got the patch on. I'm like, yo, I don't know if I can wear pants. You're like, yo, can you wear shorts to Matisse Yahoo? I don't know. We got a Matsuhisa.
Can Modest Yahoo be the outro music?
Matsuhisa. Yeah. Oh, hell yes. Great fucking song.
It's crazy. It's crazy that guy named himself after a sushi restaurant.
Yo, he's not Jewish anymore?
What is he? Just Rastafari?
I think he renounced
Rastafari.
I think he renounced Judaism.
Good. Free Palestine.
He became a big shroom guy where he'd be like making shroom tea on stage, like drinking shroom tea.
What was his big song, King Without a Crown or something? Oh, okay.
Like a king without the crown. He's on his Adrian Brody Chet Hanks shit, bro.
I'm just an island boy.
I'm just a Jewish boy.
Damn,
I'm just
dude.
a nice Jewish
Shout
boy.
out Fly Soldier. Kid Red?
Kid Red X or whatever. That shit's fucking slap.
I'm just an island boy. Put my vest on. Yeah, shit is a slapper, bro.
All right,
Everyone's
we wrap up the most holiday day ever by going to Matsuhisa, Chef Nobu,
Robert De Niro.
Matsuhisa was so fire that De Niro was like, yo, let's fucking open up Nobu together.
That's what it is, right? Well, so all the posters. So so we were on the porch. What a porch? What is it?
Patio.
Porch. We're eating on the porch.
We made a deck.
So we're eating on the deck. And I went, you gotta go. First of all, the vibe, and you were very much. So we were telling people our plans, and we talked about some in the pod, or maybe not, but people were shitting on us.
Just Maddie.
Didn't Benny shit on it too? But
Maybe.
it's like on some like spoiled guy shit where it's like, yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'd never been. Like,
they're like, that's not the new cool shit. And we're like, no, we get that. That's like going to like, I feel like the equivalent here is like Balthazar, right? We're not going for the food.
Yeah.
You're going for the vibe. You're going for the fact that you can say that you went there and that you can like post up a fucking IG story of the logo, and that's it.
Right, the
And
chopsticks,
the food, and the
which we
food.
both did on our ASAP Bari shit.
Yeah.
So, some guy was like, yo, nice young lord IG takeover, which was very embarrassing.
Like Steven Victor.
I will say that I think that what Benny was actually shitting on you for is when you were like, yo, it is about the scene and the ambiance. He was like, what scene and what ambiance? Though I will say, Benny, immediately I go to the bathroom, walk in on 2 girls doing cocaine in the men's room.
In the men's room.
That was awesome. So that rocks. That's very Hollywood shit.
Were they
You
attractive?
definitely want to
Were they like wearing like crazy fits?
They looked really young.
Oh,
Like college girls, I would say, co-eds. So that was my first. That was at like 9 p.m. at night.
I just remember earlier. I just remembered a very embarrassing moment where I leaned over to one of our hosts, that 2 guys, and I was like, "Yo, are like these 2 girls that were in like fancy dresses got stopped by a table, and the table was like, oh my god, we're big fans." Da, 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 da. And I was like, "Yo, are those the D'Amelio sisters?" And he's like, "Who's that?" I was like, "The most famous girls on TikTok." He's like, "I have no fucking idea."
Who were the girls?
I don't know. I think they were just like,
They were in gowns?
No, not gowns. They were in like little black dresses.
Oh, they were
Whatever.
like going out. Anyway,
I was also excited because the last time I went to Mati's Yahoo was when I was out there with Def Jam for NCB, and we were gonna get dinner with Aaron Levant of Truff, of Capsule, of all the trade shows, Network, and to like talk about some business shit. And we get there at the door, we run into.
Is it hard to make reservations?
I think so.
When we were there, everyone that was sitting on the patio felt like a normal person like us, and then inside it was like a bunch of face tatted.
They were like rappers. They were like
and
rappers
shit.
in the corner, and they were like rich guys. They're like rich.
I guess you are right. There
they're
was
like
a
rich,
scene
like
inside.
Armenian guys, and like rich, like Persian guys.
Persians,
yeah.
dude, Persians for sure.
But we run into 2 guys that used to be a complex. We're still a complex. I don't know.
Sales
like
guys?
C-level guys. One of them we worked with on Fashion Bros.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And
I've heard
it was
this
one of those
before.
situations where it was like, "Yo, oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long." I'm like, this is like NCB's boys, right? Or like former boys when he at Complex, and they're like, "Yo, we should like, we're both sitting down. Like, should we join tables?" And I was like, I have no fucking say in this. Like, I'm the lowest ranking soldier here. I'm just fucking foot soldier. You guys are, Bebop and fucking Rocksteady. Or you guys are Krang and Shredder.
Yeah.
I'm just the muscle. I'm Bebop.
So what? So
we had to sit
You
down.
had no say in the link.
So the original dinner was to like talk about like business and kind of like other shit.
You guys
But
were
then
linking and building at Modest Yahoo.
Exactly, kicking without the ground. But then we sit down with these 2 bozos, and of course we can't talk business in front of them because like they were in the same world, and you can't whatever. It just wasn't appropriate anymore. And these guys are like one of them got fucking Me Too. Like the other guy's just like disgusting, and he was like reaching over. He's like, "Oh, you're not gonna eat that?" And like reach over and like slurp up some fucking sashimi. Like you ever seen someone slurp fish? It is not good.
He wasn't
And
using chopsticks?
He's like, no, with chopsticks. Or I think he asked for a fork. He's like in his he's like in his 40s, but like very sweaty. He looks like Randall from Vanderpump.
No, you're right. He really
Right?
does.
And he's like, yeah,
Newly
man.
single.
He's like, yeah, man, I'm fucking my 22-year-old neighbor. I'm just like, come on. I just want some fucking some popcorn shrimp.
Let me ask you this, dude. If you were in charge, if you were the ranking member of the party, what would your move been like? Good to see you. Like you can't sit with us because we have to talk biz.
It's like, yo, what up? Oh my god, so good to see you guys. And it's like, yo, why don't we join tables? It's like, honestly, like we have a lot to get done. This is like a working dinner. But why don't we get a drink after?
Sure.
Or like, why don't
You're punting it, yeah.
Why don't we like meet at the bar and like have some sake like after the fact? Or like, yo, there's a bar next door. Let's just meet there after, and then not do that.
Knowing the guys you're talking about, I'm not surprised they join you because really, what's happening there? And I know NCB used to be boys, but for the most part, in fucking the society that we live in, the invite is a bluff that you're not supposed to call. It's a gesture that is polite, and then you obviously, as a polite person as well, assuming you're not like besties and it is a serendipitous run-in, it is kind of like a thank you, no thank you, you politely and graciously decline. These are the motherfuckers that would go, oh hell yeah, fucking let's get $10 of popcorn shrimp ASAP.
Yeah, sure. So anyway, I was excited to like put that traumatic PTSD behind me.
How was that dinner? It was terrible, right? Did you even have any fun?
The first one?
No, the one you're talking about, this terrible link up.
Yeah, the first one.
It wasn't even just from a people watching standpoint, just watching them goon up.
I just sat there and fucking had to take it. Like I got sat next to the grocer dude.
Yeah.
Because I was like the fucking body.
Hence the fish slurping.
Yeah. Ugh. Fish slurping. Great
Anyway.
episode title.
Well, no,
Or Banana Fever.
I think we got a lot of options here.
All right, monologue.
Yeah. Okay. So, how was the review of the place? Let's see here. I think it was good.
Well, we didn't get enough food.
Okay. That's speaking of
building up to that.
No. I was gonna
big reveal.
No. I was gonna say, speaking of it being a very Hollywood day, this was a very Hollywood meal at a very Hollywood place, and the most delicious, no pun intended, layer here was that it was one of those things where it's just okay, start with a little sashimi, get a couple rolls, and at the point where you're like, all right, let's dive in. Let's get the fried rice. Let's get the popcorn shrimp, all the hits ready to go. That was when it was like, no, okay, we're good. We'll get a couple things for dessert and call it. And it's like, you and I are like,
well, no, what happened? It was similar.
And we're not buying, we're not paying, so
it was
being taken out.
Yes,
so what are you
because
supposed
you
to say?
said as soon as you walked down, you're just
That was bad.
oh, thanks for treating us to Mati's Yahoo.
And
What do you say?
that was a brick. I for whatever reason was kind of like flustered.
Were you nervous? That
No, I know
this,
the homies, but I don't know. I just had a brain fart, and the thing that my brain told me to say was, "Oh, thanks for treating us, guys." Before that was even remotely established, and before anything had been even ordered.
And like, actually, we'll just have tap.
And let me ask you this: is it weirder or crazier that I brought that up and apologized when the check came? Because part of me was like, no one remembers that, and I'm.
You said that early in the meal.
No. I said thank you for treating us as soon as we sat down, but I apologized and brought it up at the end. I probably could have not brought it up, maybe, and they wouldn't have remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Was it double bad that I brought it? That I acknowledged my
probably because it probably came off as like, oh, he's like making sure that we are treating him.
What?
You know what I mean?
No.
And then,
I thought I was being fucking gracious.
So similar to the two goons being like, yo, let's bring our tables together. It was similarly the guy was like, you guys have enough food? Should we order some more? And we had to be like, no, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, obviously very generous that they did treat us. But I wonder if you being like, yo, thank you guys for treating us, if that affected the ordering.
Maybe.
And I don't think it did.
Definitely not.
But it's a pretty good coincidence.
Did you want another beer, by the way? Okay.
That it was like, yo, thank you guys for treating us. Oh, we're only going to order like 6, starters.
Oh, you thought, motherfucker. No, it was for what we did get.
Send the A5 Wagyu back.
Well, yeah. What we did get was really good, and I would like to go again and try a bunch of more shit.
Yeah, it was a decent dinner. I guess my review
We had fun. It was a good time. Well,
my review is inherently subjective because
yeah,
after dinner, when we were waiting for our Uber, I came up to you and I looked you right in the eye.
You
and
were
said,
pissed, dude.
Yeah.
You don't think I know when you're actually mad?
Yeah.
Or when you're cranky?
This wasn't cranky. This was mad. The Monday dinner, similar thing happened, but I was happy. I was like so exhausted. I was happy at a St. Vincent day. I was happy to sit back and be like, you fucking do this.
Now I see. I see.
And I guess this is just how you are.
Yeah, that's why my
terrible.
feelings were so hurt.
But that's not this is the case because this was like kind of a work dinner, kind of like get to know each other dinner. And I just come up to you and just like, bro, I got not in your face.
Well, you were because that implies like square up. No, you were just like very, very direct.
I said, yo, you have to let me talk at these dinners, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just dominate the conversation like that.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't remember doing.
Well, because you're so oblivious. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you're not rude. You're very gregarious.
You're
very,
fucking dumb.
No, you're very like.
Yeah, no, I know.
Life of the table, whatever. But you're
Blinders.
very oblivious.
Yes.
Right, where you're not like understanding of the macro vibe.
Sure.
You're just like immediately.
Yeah.
Responding to like replying and not giving anyone else a chance to like weigh in.
I would say that I'm sure that anyone who listens to this podcast can probably understand where this is coming from. And I will say,
which on the pod it's totally fine. And I think on the pod we have a nice balance. Even
when
and
we've
it's
been
a
doing
guest,
it.
whether it's a boys only.
Yeah.
But when it's a multiple person party, I think that you lose sight of the fact that it is a multiple person party.
So when that happens and you have to, and I need a stern talking to from Mommy Jimmy, a couple things happen
I'm
to
wondering
me.
if we need to come up with a code word.
Honestly, maybe, because you know what? I would have rather you like flip me a signal, during the meal, than afterwards you have to get, which I respect, because you should do that, get that off your chest. But then it's like, I'm like, fuck. And well, let me explain. One, then I'm sad because I'm like, oh damn, he hurt my feelings, and I'm a sensitive guy.
Oh,
it's
not your feelings.
No. Let me.
It's not about my
feelings.
feelings.
And then the second part is, oh fuck, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I'm really letting this guy down.
You're not letting me down. It's more about like ensuring that the throwing fits entity is progressing.
You're like, we're gonna get nothing done if you don't shut the fuck up because I can't close the deal.
Well, there's that, and there's also like we'll be in meetings and you'll be on your phone, and then you'll like look up and be like, oh, what about blah, blah, blah? It's like, no, Lawrence, we talked about that 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We're past that.
Okay. Sure.
What I don't like is that then I become the bad guy at the dinner, and I have to like toss a little like barb at you, which I don't even know if you catch these, but I feel bad
Sometimes. But also, you're just so rude to me normally that I don't even notice it.
Well, that's when I feel rude when I'm like, oh,
I'm kidding. I'm half kidding.
Yeah, half kidding. When I have to like be the bad, or I have to compete by like also shouting in a way that is like not natural to me, and like we're just two like bombastic motherfuckers at the table.
Honestly, bro, this is a pod. The reason we're the only podcast that matters is because two alphas, bro. Two fucking silverback gorillas just fucking, Carl Anthony Towns is watching us fight each other to the death to get fucking hyped up.
There was a funny moment. I didn't tell you this. And like
before game day.
It's inconsequential, but like when you went to I think you went to smoke a cigarette and went to the bathroom to like do coke with those girls. The head guy there, because it was like him and like his like associate, he was like, all right, now that like we have time, let's talk about like.
No way, dude. That's a lie.
I'm serious.
Okay, all right.
He's like,
I mean, that's fine. I get it. Listen. Now having hindsight, I get.
Well, but this is an absolute through line, and I'm sorry that you're sad that I.
We literally had a silent car ride home.
I slept.
Yeah,
it was great
because you were so tuckered out from yelling at me.
I thought you were tuckered out from fucking putting on this like 3-ring circus.
Nah, I was fucking out. Yo, Turbo Larry already cruising altitude. You fucking put some fucking nos in the gas tank.
Well,
couple fucking big ol' Sabrus.
I was wondering if you were drunk.
No, I wasn't drunk.
Okay.
I was more drunk when we got Korean barbecue. I was fucked up.
Well, yeah, we all were.
But
that's
anyway,
a through line into, and I guess like Monster Larry at dinner.
Bad dinners, yeah.
You're just a bad dinner guest.
I'm the dinner for schmucks guy. You bring me to blow it up, dude.
We got dinner with the goddamn motherfucking boy, Jonah Weiner of Blackbird Spy Plane.
Yeah.
The top 10
when was
newsletter
this?
in
2
the
nights
culture vertical. Yeah, 2 nights ago, Tuesday night. We went to Rule of Thirds here in Greenpoint.
Great place.
Great fucking spot.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little worried that it was like a little out of his way because he's staying in like LES.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that we could go somewhere like near him, but I thought that we were 5. And so it was impossible to get a fucking kind of last minute reservation for 5. Little did I realize that Chef was in Dallas playing fucking golf with a bunch of white people. But got the resi for 4 at Rule of Thirds. Great spot here in Greenpoint.
It's delicious.
Best sake selection in Brooklyn.
Oh,
apparently.
bro. Wow. Like that little tasting that they did that the
that's so
waitress
nice that they do that.
Yeah, that was kind enough to like let us get like wet our whistles, especially all 4 of us. That rocked. That was the best part. It's the highlight of the night for me. 100%.
Obviously amazing to catch up with Jonah, talk shit, tell him about the stuff that we can't talk about on here, but maybe we can talk about it in the Discord. Join the Discord. Like criminal activity.
Yeah. Do-rag activity.
Yeah, but committed by other people.
Yeah.
But there is a moment, and I'm sensing a pattern here, where this dude that was at the table behind us, or behind me, next to us. We were at a corner table in the booth, and yes, it was a Tuesday night. Yes, it was fairly low key, but it's a big fucking space with like concrete ceilings, concrete floors. It's a bit boisterous. It's a bit fucking scenes, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy comes over.
Not great.
Really?
No, I'm just saying like this is
so he came over my shoulder, so I have no idea what he looked like. I don't even know what he fucking said because he like surprise attacked me.
Some context from Chuck, who was kind of sitting in the booth situation, facing the restaurant, where like me, you, and Jonah were more like facing inwards. He said that this guy, for like the majority of the meal, which was a long dinner, was like glancing over and huffing and puffing, and at one point, like a baby, like a child pantomimed, like or whatever, actually covered up his ears. but he leans over, he interrupts the conversation.
He stands up and like leans over between me and
Jonah. Yeah. As I was definitely shouting and monologuing about something, he goes, "It's my boyfriend's 30th birthday."
You don't have to do that offensive gay accent.
Okay, that's right. It's my boyfriend's 30th birthday, and you're screaming. Oh, he's the zaddy for sure. He was probably 45.
Oh, that's all right.
And
he was like, "Can we just take it down a notch?"
No, he's like, "You're screaming." And what sucks about this? Well, it's embarrassing for this to happen, even though it is like Larry being Larry, and it is. And part of me is like, don't hate me, hate the game, baby. You know, like you're at a New York City restaurant. Yeah. You know, it's just.
Night, by the way, Tuesday night was fughing popping in Greenpoint. Tuesday night's the new Friday. We went to Twins.
What was that bar? Oh, Twins. Yeah, that was sick.
More crowded than I thought it was gonna be. walk by Pony Boy. It was like a good looking crowd at the door. Anyway,
so all that stuff I say, I'm couching it a bit. I'm like hedging kind of how badly I did feel and how embarrassed I was because this social liability shit. This is now the third time, and 3 is a fucking trend that I have been told in front of a group of people I've been eating with at a restaurant.
Not counting the time I told you outside of Matsuhisa.
No. Like literally a fellow patron coming up to me during a dinner with a group of people being like, yo, you're out of pocket. You're ruining our time.
Wow.
The 2 other times I know, which is bad. The 2 other times, there was different reactions from me. The first time this happened was at Jeremy Kirkland's bachelor party. I think I've told this on the pod before. And we were in Vermont, in Antonio's hometown. And we're at the restaurant that was like his dad was a regular at this Italian restaurant. His dad was a very connected guy. And I'm just fucking, on my Turbo Larry shit. We're all fucked up. It's the bachelor party. We're having like a big meal before we have a night out. And a dude comes over. And he fucking, basically tells me that I need to keep it down. I'm ruining whatever. Everyone
Just
else.
you.
Yeah, just me.
Table.
No, just me. Because you know me, I have no control over I'm like Will Ferrell on SNL. I have
you're Austin Powers when he gets unfrozen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
I have no control over the volume of my voice.
Right, and my reaction to that was I said, "Fuck you, you're not my dad." So that, which only got the table more hyped, and that guy was sunned, and he ejected from the situation.
Oh, he didn't try to fight you?
No, he's like an old guy.
Oh, okay, it was like a burly ass
And honestly,
Vermont.
I was so fucked up. He might have been polite about it. The second time was my mother-in-law was in town to go.
So you're like this with anybody. See, you're an equal opportunity. You're like this with your fucking in-laws. That's crazy.
Well, so
where were you?
We were at Speedy Romeo, right by my crib, and
because they're quiet,
Oh, they're very
Texan
quiet.
couple.
Yeah. But so not my father-in-law because he hates coming to New York. But my mother-in-law was in town to go wedding dress shopping with Jenna, and then she
oh my God,
you
ruined the wedding dress shopping.
No,
trip?
no. And then 2 her 2 best friends. One was in town. One lives in Brooklyn. But we were all to dinner. They were about to go wedding dress shopping. I guess the next day, and a dude walks over to the table. So we're having dinner. That would be
Speedy Romeo
the 5
is
of
like
us.
Speedy
Romeo?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Speedy Romeo.
Oh, really? It's not Romeo? Are you sure? Are you sure? 'Cause you've been wrong. You've been notably wrong on a few.
I'll bet you a 6-pack of Orion beers.
All right. Someone weigh in. How do you pronounce it?
So anyway, this guy walks up, and this is embarrassing, and I only know this because this is what I was thinking, and my wife told me later that she was thinking the same thing. We were both like, ooh, I'm about to get recognized in front of my mother-in-law.
Was like a young guy?
A young dad.
Okay.
So he walks over, and it's like, and then it's like, hey, what's up? And he's like, I'm here with my entire family. We can hear every single word you're saying. He goes, please keep it down. And I wasn't saying anything offensive. The dinner at at Rule of Thirds, definitely out of pocket.
Sure.
Bachelor party, definitely. Who even knows what fucking words were coming out of my mouth? Would never do that in front of my mother-in-law because I'm a fucking gentleman. A very loud gentleman, but that was super embarrassing. And then I was so embarrassed in front of my mother-in-law, especially because it went from dizzying high, terrifying low, where I'm about to look awesome. Now I look like a fucking bozo. That I was very apologetic. And if I recall, I think I went to use the bathroom. They were sitting at it was crazy that guy literally walked through half the restaurant to tell me that. Which makes me
everyone
feel
else on the way there between you guys thought the same as well.
Probably.
I mean, it's probably weird acoustics.
And my thing is, like you said, maybe this is me all the time, and it's just people not being too pussy to say shit.
I don't know about too pussy. I mean, when you go out to dinner with Jenna, are you screaming in her face?
I don't know. I mean,
right?
The only person that really calls me out consistently, which is hilarious, is my dad, who has hearing aids. He's hard of hearing.
AIDS?
Hearing aids.
Okay,
hilarious. Bill, not Doug. Bill Schlossman has heering aids, and
you can tell him to turn them off, bro.
And he's always like, "Yo, keep it down," and I'm like, bro, you're hard of hearing. I'm doing this for you. But so anyway, at that time, that happened at Speedy Romeo. I walked to that table and I apologized to them personally.
Yeah. This guy that did it at Rule of Thirds kind of did it in a dick way. Like, there is a nice way to do it.
It was his boyfriend's birthday. I get it.
Whatever. It's like, it was like, do we buy them a drink to apologize? Should they have bought us this? He was a little, and then, Jonah had his eye on them. And he's like, you know what? They seem like one of these couples that has nothing to say to each other. And so they're probably extrapolating.
Sure, 100%.
And projecting onto us that like this is the one thing like this conflict.
This became
now,
a narrative.
This drama is now their narrative.
They got
right?
it. So you know what? You're welcome.
Yeah.
To
They probably
birthday
had
boy and your
incredible
zaddy.
birthday sex that night because you
I hope
gave
so.
them something to bond over.
I hope so. I really
you were
hope
their,
so.
You were their the enemy that they were united over.
And I was embarrassed, but everyone wasn't. You
It was
guys,
fine.
you
we were like protect Larry at all costs. We were like, yeah,
that's
but
fine.
also like, yo, listen to where we are.
Yeah, and when you're nobody puts Larry in the corner because if you do, I'm ruining everybody's fucking time at the
especially
restaurant.
if the acoustics are very bouncy.
Anyway,
Right.
so that's me being a straight up fucking social liability. Apparently,
Speaking of dumb fucking villains, let's talk about James Bond. No Time to Die.
we apparently spoiled the Many Saints of Newark, and I am seeing Bond Sunday, so no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Are you a big Daniel Craig Bond fan?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like okay.
You've seen all of them in theaters. You've rewatched them.
Yeah, I can't tell you because my memory's dog shit, and also I probably slept through half of them. I can't tell you like, oh, like Quantum of Solace had this Bond girl. All I know is that Casino Royale they play Texas Hold'em.
Well, it's Eva Green is the one, and she dies.
Sure.
And it's fucking Lashif is fucking Mads, bro. That's a
Yes.
Casino Royale is it? Well, so you like Casino Royale, right? Quantum is not good. Skyfall is good. Spectre is bad, and then this is good or bad.
So I can't tell you the difference between them. All I know is like it's so fucking stupid.
Javier Bardem, crazy, bleached out gay villain. That's Skyfall.
Right. Oh, where he whips his balls.
Yeah. Nope. That's Lashif in Casino Royale, where he gets literally like the BDSM shit.
Yeah.
They cut the shit. We should get chairs like that here for when I'm going Turbo Larry. You could just fucking, you could just get me in the nuts. And then Christoph Waltz is Spectre. He's like the big bad that like I've been following you your whole life, James, or whatever.
I don't know if this happens with other Bonds where they like every film is kind of like interconnected. And they
that's what people originally were kind of bugged out about because Bonds are almost always standalone.
Right.
These are obviously there's interconnected stories.
This is like the Marvel and the Nolan Dark Knight effect where it's like
100%.
everything's gritty, everything's like he's a tortured soul, he has like a troubled past.
It's Bond as Batman,
It's
1,000,000%.
Callbacks to people that fucking in like movies from like 7 years ago are like, yo, I don't fucking know who this bitch is. Like, you name drop a villain, like I don't fucking know who that is. So with No Time to Die, this scored a 3 on the patented Jimmy Snooze-o-meter.
Oh no!
And then I fell asleep 3 times during the movie.
So wait, so by definition of the Snooze-o-meter, the snooze scale,
Low score wins.
No, I know. So by that score, Venom Let There Be Carnage is better than No Time to Die?
Yeah.
Because you only fell asleep once?
It's also like 1/3 as long. So
how long is this?
close to 3 hours, bro.
Oh damn, bro. My whole Sunday is gonna be cooked.
Yeah. It's close to 3 hours. Craig is great. Daniel Craig is great. But like the action, kind of whatever. The fact that they're building out this Bond cinematic universe, I'm just like, yo, I can like come on.
You're saying they're leaving it open for like other shit now?
No. The fact that this is like the last installment of like the Bond cinematic universe, and they're like bringing up like
you're
old
saying they're
characters.
tying up all this. It's fan service tying up loose ends, or what they perceive to be.
And
fan
then
service.
there's like cameos where you're just like there's cameos with like notable names where you're just like they're just like, all right, see you later, and you never see them again, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
so you didn't like it? I thought you said
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Damn.
Daniel Craig was good. The ending was good. The action was kind of whatever. And the plot is just so unnecessarily complicated. And yes, I did fall asleep during probably some key plot points.
Yeah, presumably.
But every time
3 of them, I believe.
every time I was like, oh shit, this is like about to end. And it's like, and then I look at my clock. I'm like, no, wait, there's another, or my watch. I was like, my phone. There's another like hour 45 left. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then they had to go into some like, like biological terrorism. And just like, yo, the plot doesn't have to be this complicated. The villain doesn't have to be this fucking stupid.
Oh, how's Rami Malek?
Terrible. He sucks regardless.
He did pretty good on SNL.
Okay,
I'm almost
SNL,
ashamed that I admit that I watched it. Yeah.
Did you watch for Thug or for Rami?
Well, obviously, Thug doesn't hurt, dude. Don't hate me, hate the game, baby. That should be
SNL,
outro music.
SNL does not fucking matter. No,
obviously.
It's Matsuhisa Yahoo.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, there hasn't been a good villain like
Javier Bardem is awesome. That movie Skyfall, which is probably the second best
where he
after
goes to like his
Casino Royale.
house back in Scotland. That was another thing where I'm like, why are we like?
Well, that's
going
like
back
that's very much like a Wayne Manor fucking Batmanification Nolan thing, which is
it doesn't
annoying.
have to be like a psychological exploration of like the tortured soul that is James Bond. Just make it like Kingsman, not the second one. The first Kingsman is almost what Bond could be, where it's like fun.
Yeah,
The action is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's like a rollicking.
But
good
it's not,
time.
the Bond movies, these Bonds, because of how, I think as a reaction to how cinema went, I mean, speaking of fucking Batman and all this shit, but like, where they left off with Pierce Brosnan, where it was like fucking comical in the plot points and the gadgets and the fucking names and the characters, where it became like Austin Powers. This is clearly a rejection and a reaction to that. It's like, this is what they are. They're extremely hyper-realistic Bond movies. And I will say that...
Hyper-realistic?
For a Bond movie, it's all in a vacuum, dude. Like, even I watched GoldenEye, which I love, which is pretty good. It's like a yeah, right. It's absurd. I mean, compared to any of these. Anyway, we'll say.
I think if you like looked at any of these movies with like an objective lens, just like, oh, Bond has to play Texas Hold'em and call it on the river to save the world. Like, what the fuck is that? Any of these plots are just so the plot is so unnecessarily complicated. It becomes its own character. And you're like trying to follow along, and you're so distracted by, or so like trying to be like, what the fuck is going on? Or you can remove yourself and just be like, I don't care about the plot. I'm just here for like the action and like the aesthetics. And even that is kind of like, whatever, has run its course at this point.
People forget that in Casino Royale, he literally wins because he just dealt like a royal flush or something, where it's like, well, cool. I love Casino Royale. Good villain is Lashif, and then I do like Skyfall and Javier Bardem, whatever his character's name is. That's another banger. These are pretty hit or miss for me, so I'm going to go in it with an open mind, but also not with like expectations that will never be met, because like, yeah, some of these are straight up fucking duds and boring, and I'll let you know if I fall asleep.
Leah Sado, I don't know.
What?
Good job. That's her name. The main.
Oh, I was
girl.
like, what language are you speaking
French.
right now? Okay,
she's a French woman.
There you go. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's my review of Bond. Okay, let's talk Succession real quick.
It's back, baby. Yeah,
it's fucking back.
Okay.
Season 3, episode 1. What do you think?
Okay. I told you this earlier. What I love is a season ending and us coming right back, being dropped like in medias res to the conflict that was unresolved.
Like, there's a Mission Impossible that does that, right? Or no, there's a Bond that does that.
Where he gets, it might be Quantum. Oh, because she dies in the Venice, she drowns, and then they right back.
Is that the woman that he's in love with?
Eva Green.
Is that her Bond name, or is that the actress name?
That's the actress's name. I don't remember the fucking chick's name in the movie. Anyway, so I like that. I like how we're back in. This, to me, felt so Succession-y, is almost like the show, obviously super popular, probably more in New York than anywhere.
It was the biggest night since the debut of HBO Max.
Wow.
Which happened after Game of Thrones.
So, I'm not surprised to hear that, because the show obviously appears...
There's like 1.4 million, but like it's HBO,
right. I mean, because obviously you gotta fucking be a paying... Listen, it's not TV, it's HBO, you gotta pay for it. Yeah. So I'm assuming that a lot of HBO knew, and the writers of Succession, the showrunners knew, that like a lot of people were going to be tuning in, because there's been a lot of hype, and we're finally at the point where the tipping point where Succession feels like a phenomenon, and feels like HBO's Sunday night fucking anchor, in the vein of The Wire and The Sopranos and Entourage and Sex and the City to some degree, somewhere in there. With that said, it was almost like this, because knowing there's going to be a new audience, the Succession-y part of it is like turned up to 13, and I love that, and these characters are awesome, and I feel like that's what fans want. It just felt like a little bit too much. I like Kendall. I like Kendall just being like, I like where Kendall's going.
He's like yacked out Kendall, but not
out. And I like
Action
that
Station Kendall.
Right, I like that a lot. All like just being a bozo with his ex-wife.
Did you do the Leo meme when Dasha came up on screen?
Yeah, I mean, shout out our fucking queen. That's great. Cousin Greg had some great lines. The Roman stuff, the Jerry stuff, the whole CEO fucking power play. That to me was. Like, I know it's got to happen. We need to resolve this eventually. It is just hilarious to like be like, all right, everything that was basically the entire plot of 1 and 2. Let's wrap this up in the first hour for the new viewers.
No, season 2 finale, they blew everything up.
Yeah,
blew everything up, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And then season 3, episode 1, season premiere. It just felt like an episode. A pilot episode.
Sure, yes.
They introduced a lot of characters. They set up the storylines where it's like Team Kendall versus Team
obviously,
Logan, right? And like who's on whose side, and introducing new people. So it felt very piloty, and yes, like Kendall fucking rules.
I think it is. It's supposed to be. I think that this idea of like a lot of people watching it now more than before, I think it has to be that way, right?
Sure.
I'm not like mad at it, but I was,
The one I saw, someone tweeted this, I forget who it was, but it was like, yo, the internet embrace of Cousin Greg has ruined him. Where him as like an internet thing, he now like, and he was a minor character, and he was like kind of in the background. He's like, good memeage,
right?
As on his goon ass shit. He also fuck him for not coming on the pod. he as a character did not live up to whatever. And I've had friends that rewatched it recently, and they're like, "Yo, Cousin Greg is actually like the worst part." Like,
Really?
He's like comedic relief.
Yeah.
But then you realize that
The him and Tom dynamic is incredible, though. I think that's always a highlight.
Yes, but Tom is like actually who carries it. There's
Interesting.
There is not as much Tom in the pilot
No.
as
No.
I hoped.
No.
But like obviously he has his own storyline. Yo, I'm excited to see the boots, bro.
I
Dude,
mean,
we
I just,
mentioned this on pod, right?
I just really hope. Apparently, the pod boots. Who's the actor? Jeremy Strong. Apparently, Jeremy Strong. Through our boy JVL John Van, we got the boots in front of the show, the stylist of the show, the costume designer's assistant or whatever, and apparently they loved them for Kendall, and Jeremy Strong loved them, so apparently he's wearing them. I don't know if we're gonna. How often do you see a character's footwear? Though Kendall loves to. He has a lot of great footwear moments. Yeah,
well,
but I don't know. Well,
I mean, he was in.
that'd be too much to ask for.
He was in one fit the whole time because he just went straight from the press conference to Rava's crib.
Yeah, that was
Set up his war station.
that was really funny.
But I was keeping an eye out for how often we saw his shoes. Pretty often, more often than you'd think. Where it's not all just like waist up or like chest up. You actually see him like walking, where you see like the full fit.
Dude, fingers fucking crossed. I mean, I hope. I mean, what a moment that will be. I mean, who knows? Who's to say? Fingers crossed, and thank you JVL for finessing that.
All right, let's get into.
He has not let me forget it.
Let's get into a little shop talk real quick.
Ooh,
Which one are you talking about? Which one are you talking about?
Captain's log.
Which one?
No, I think we could wrap it up just being like, yo, Core 4 is gonna be back, dude.
Core 4 back.
Yeah.
I guess we just got. I mean, it's 4:45 right now. We're doing this a little earlier. No, this is like right around when we do it. When we wrap in the next 5 minutes, where we have another like 30, 45 minutes of work.
Yeah.
So we'll be done, and you'll be home, and we'll both be done in time for dinner.
Right.
And yeah, the unfortunate thing, I guess, like not post-COVID, but post-COVID vibes, is that while Chuck and Chef have full-time jobs, we're doing this so that we can now send them a bunch of shit for them to do Thursday night.
They got to create.
Not ruin their Thursday nights, and they can go out and live their lives, but put in like a few hours of work at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
So because of that, they've not been able to join us for a lot of Core 4s, and we've like taken that we just assumed that was like the norm when that wasn't the norm before. So we're going to hopefully try and bring them back into the fold when it makes sense for their schedules, for our schedules, et cetera, et cetera.
This is
starting next week.
Them being on mic, and obviously, like, you know, we hear people talking like, "What's up with them? What's going on? Everything's fucking fine." We've addressed this a million times. People got to realize
stop Grom watching.
Yeah. Stop Grom watching. Yeah, shout out to fucking Grom Rats. No, I think that you got to remember that, like,
Jonah told Chuck to organize.
Yes, I heard that. But no, people forget that, like, the on mic stuff from Chuck and Chef, like, yeah, we love them. Of course, we want them to be here, but like, that's just gravy to them. Like, that's not the job they get paid to do. And obviously, it is nice when the Core 4 shit becomes like special. It shouldn't be like once a quarter, like how it's been. So I think moving forward, like, if they can make it happen and they want to make it happen, it's up to them. Like, they will be included, and I can't wait to. The thing that was sad is that, and we've said this before, but it needs to be repeated, that in the court, someone was like, "Yo, if you just became a fan in the last 6 months," and we see these people come through the pipeline all the time. It's like, yeah, you don't even know these guys exist, and they fucking rock, and we love them, and they're part of the show. And yeah, we're just gonna get back to.
Well, I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to do like
we're gonna rediscover the magic.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I'd love to do like more Core 4 meals, and it's tough because like Thursdays we can't do it. Thursday's a great going out night, right?
We've seen them both recently separately. Like, Chuck was able to come out to dinner the other night. We met Chef for coffee just to like catch up and hang. You know, we're seeing Robbie tomorrow night. Like, it's all it's tough. People forget it's 8 people, and not everyone is always going to be available. Everyone has real lives. Everyone's got real jobs.
Yeah, it's hard, making schedules happen between 2 people.
Exactly. Don't hate me, hate the game, baby.
That's what this one girl's telling me.
Don't hate me, hate the game, baby.
All right, that is the Return to New York, Escape from L.A.
Wait, last week we were in L.A.
edition of this week's Boys Only.
Escape from L.A., Escape from New York, 2 fantastic movies. You ever see?
Never
Snake
Escape from L.A.
Oh, you've seen Escape from New York, though.
Yo, I have
Classic.
I have been.
Snake Plissken. Snake Plissken. I can't do the voice. It's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I just know the video game. I have been trying to be like, oh, like
video
what's
game? Like Metal Gear Solid?
No, there was an Escape from New York.
Oh, like an OG, because Snake,
because
Snake from Metal Gear Solid they took the name from, and even Eye Patch, it's like a Kurt Russell, obviously
it's a larger universe. All right,
no, not a large unit. They just what's the guy Kojima, Hideki? What's the guy who does?
Yeah, that's his name.
Oh, is that his
Kojima.
name?
I think so. I don't know. Why are we talking about this?
Because we're gamers.
Wrap the episode.
We're gamers. All right, see you guys next week.
Right,
bye.
peace.